was my music, your intro music.
Well, whatever you want to call it, I'm here for it.
That's crazy. I really thought it was creative.
It was something.
Okay.
Yeah, it was something.
Well, we're gonna move along. Speaking of creative, you know, you're creative.
That's true.
I'm gonna just add a Cree because I don't have it all.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
Creative. Yeah.
Well, we're gonna create today.
Okay.
Have you ever tried pottery?
Absolutely not.
Not even a little bit. Like
Not
as a
even.
kid, did you play with clay?
I've tried pot without the
Reed.
but
well, today we're gonna add the reed
okay.
to it.
Yep,
So this is the studio that we're in. It's really nice, a vibe. We're waiting for our instructor a little bit. So yeah, I'm excited because I think it's just another way to fuel our creativity.
I love it.
You know,
Yeah,
all
I've
the
been wanting
work
to do something like this.
Yeah.
You see it in the movies, on the dating shows and stuff, and it's like, oh, we're really in the place where that stuff happens, or pretends to happen. We gonna really do it.
We're gonna be in it for real.
That's right, that's dope.
But speaking of for real, I mean, I have to first say congratulations on another Grammy.
Oh, well, thank you. You know,
How do you feel? How does that feel?
man, listen, to be listed among some of the most incredible artists in the world, and to take home that honor it's nothing to shake a feather at. You know what I'm saying? So it's an amazing thing.
Yeah. Now, how did you even get into music? Like, where did that music bug bite you? Were you a kid?
Yeah, I was a kid.
Yeah.
I was a kid. I remember being like maybe 6, 7 years old, and my cousins would watch rap videos.
Yeah.
And so that's when music videos were on television. That
I
for all the
remember
people, you know, who may not remember those days. But I was a kid watching rap videos, and I was like, this is amazing. I want to do this. And so I just started trying to write little poems, really to girls.
Yeah.
That was how it started.
I knew it.
Yeah,
I knew it.
That's well, you know, you gotta see if it works.
Yeah.
You know, and I was an effective lyricist with the poetry that back then, and I think, you know, maybe there's a future in this.
Right, meaning you were getting the girls.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
And so I said, let me keep this process moving. But then I just fell in love with the craft of writing songs, and then it started battles in the neighborhood, rap battles, and it just turned into a whole thing where it just became a part of everything.
Yeah. Is there anybody else in your family that was in music or anything, or are you like that one of the first ones?
I can't think of anybody.
Wow.
Yeah, so everybody in my family loves music.
Okay.
So music is always played. You know, my mama would play music 24/7, Saturday morning, clean up the kitchen, cooking, all of that. Grandmother would play music, but nobody really took musicianship professionally. Now, there may be something on my dad's side of the family. I would have to kind of know him.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
You know, so
Yeah.
one of them type of situations.
Yeah, but you turned out great.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure he probably like, dang.
Yeah.
I missed out on that one.
Yeah,
I really missed out on that one.
Basically, but it's cool. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. You know, maybe he's somewhere, you know, making pottery himself.
Yeah.
You know, we gonna wish him the best.
So I'm gonna ask, and this maybe if I'm stepping on toes, just let me know. Have you ever thought about trying to reconnect?
So what's funny is I did. I reconnected with him really like right after COVID ended.
Yeah.
And it was, you know, I think his generation, they are not good at like vulnerability and getting in touch with it. So it was a big like wall. It was like you asking questions, what happened? Well, you know, life is hard and things happen. And it's like, bro, what did you talking about? Like, give me something.
Right.
And so, you know, it was kind of like, my sister asked him, are you sorry for not being in our lives? He said, sorry is a word in the dictionary. You know, God got a plan for everything. You just gotta keep pushing.
Yeah.
So one of them type of situations, but you know, at the end of the day, we turned out great, and we still kicking.
Yeah, and it's good to, because I do think, and the reason why I wanted to make sure I'm, you know, showing respect, I'm not stepping on toes. I do think it's an important conversation because a lot of people do have that experience, and sometimes, you know, you hold that grudge and you don't try to reconnect.
Right.
So it's good knowing that, like, hey, I at least tried that attempt to, you know, heal that and kind of close that space out, as opposed to just holding a grudge and having your own thoughts.
No, absolutely. I mean, and it inspires me to be, because unfortunately that's been a narrative in Black families, and I think for us we get a chance to change the cycle. So in my life now, I'm just trying to be everything that I didn't have. You know, so be a better father for my kids than my father was for me, and just break that cycle, tear that narrative all the way down.
Yeah, no, and I think you're doing a great job. Even, you know, reaching out, making sure like, hey, I want to make sure I'm spending time with my kids for spring break and things like that. So I think it's important, and like you said, I think it's important to also have those conversations for the public to see, because while in the past, you know, they went through what they went through, but we got Black fathers like you showing up and doing what you're supposed to do. How do you feel being a dad? Like,
oh man, it's the best thing ever.
Yeah.
You know, you want to be what you didn't see. You want to become what you never beheld. Like, I took my daughter to the Grammys. She was like the coolest person in school after that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, not only did you take her, she got to meet all these artists and, you know, she's like, Coco Jones shook my hand, Dad. You know what I'm saying? So she's on cloud 10, and then on top of that, it's like, then we win. So it's an experience she'll never forget. And we got to share that together. Yeah. You know, and I brought her on stage before Jay did.
Yeah.
So
for the record.
Just for the record.
For the record.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But so it's just a dope moment for us to share together. And it's something like, you know, just creating memories. I love it.
Come on, I'm just some snaps for that. Looking back on your life, did you ever think, you know, as young Lecrae, like you would be where you are now?
I never had a clue. You know, every moment that has happened has been more than I could have ever anticipated. So even to this very moment of sitting here about to make pottery, that's more than I'm grateful for that. And I think if you live every moment in gratitude, everything means more to you. If you're constantly chasing, you don't appreciate the little things on that journey. I'm not saying don't have goals, but I'm just saying, you know, just the next step, and then the next step, and then the next step, because you appreciate it more. You know, if I was 7 trying to get a Grammy, then, you know, making my first song wouldn't have been as special. Yeah. You know, because it just would have been a means to get to something else. Instead, that first song was the goal at that time. Yeah. And that was so special to me. Yeah, and that's beautiful, and that's good for creatives to have. And you know, speaking of that next step, I hope you're good at like paying attention to the next step and the next step. Because I'm competitive. I just want to go ahead and let you know, like, I've never tried pottery before. But you want to beat me at something that you don't even know. What's the goal? My goal is to beat you. But it can come lopsided. My little pottery look like this. You know what I'm saying? But as long as how do you win? I just feel like if it looked better than yours. You know what I mean? Like, if it looked better. If it looked better. Yeah, I feel like that's the goal. So I don't know. Okay, is there going to be a judge in here? I'm going to be the judge. I'm the judge. Okay, so if you deem what you have created looks better than mine, then you win. I don't know. That sounded right for me. I don't know. That really sounded well. I feel you. Now you done brought out a little competitor in me. Now I'm like, well, shoot, mine need to be fly. I know. I just feel like, you know, I think you're good. You know what I'm saying? I think you just relax, tone down a bit. Okay. You know. Okay. And I'm gonna really kill it. I just want you to know, like, I really like. I've never done it before, but I feel it in my hands. I hope you right. Yeah. I hope you right. So, you know, I'll just shake your hand just to prepare for it's gonna be gone. I really hope you right, because I have no idea.